I was about to say, I'm ready when you are. We're making serious eye contact.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Running the Light Podcast. Frank, Jacoby, how was your guys' weekend?
It was a good. It was pretty good. We had a couple shows. Eric and I did a show in Salina on Saturday, and then we had the Central Stand Up, I should say,
Central Stand
comedy
Up
contest at Central Standard Brewery on Sunday. That was pretty good. I lost immediately.
It didn't help we were in the same bracket.
Yeah.
Me,
Eric
you,
and I had
Uncle
to go against. Yeah, they put all the minorities into one bracket and just made us kill each other off. That's how you know a white guy was in charge.
Yeah.
Travis Cagle, I love you.
He said it was a random generator. I was like, that generator is racist.
Yeah. No, but it was a decent time outside of that.
It was a good time.
Jacob, how was your weekend?
It was good. I had an event at Chicken and Pickle. I found that's about it.
Nice.
Staying busy. Staying busy.
Yeah, good time.
I haven't been to Chicken and Pickle in quite a few years.
I've never been.
You never been out there?
I ate once and I was like,
Where do
man,
you play pickleball? You're a pickleball fucking
I play
fiend.
on the streets.
That's crazy.
Seneca. Shout out Seneca.
God damn. I don't know that you were deep like that.
I fight those little Asian ladies on the streets, man.
Yeah, they're out there.
Oh.
Well, we have a guest joining us today. Eric, how about you introduce her?
Of course, man. She's an experienced influencer, content creator with a strong I'm already. Hey, man, I should have practiced this prior, right?
Yeah.
She's all over YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. She's accumulated over 170,000 followers, over 2 million views across all those platforms.
Crushing.
She's known for cosmetology, gym life, lifestyle content as well. Please help us welcome the very beautiful Yasmin Varela. Did I say that right? Close. I know.
Yasmin.
My bad. Yasmin.
It's Yasmin.
Oh, damn.
My sister's name is
I'm
Yesenia.
stupid.
So.
Yep,
Did you
I
say
even had it right
Yesenia?
there. I did. I must have.
Yasmin.
My bad on that.
All right, we're going to come back
I was
next week.
close. I was close. Yeah. We'll start all over next week.
Yeah. How did you, so you do a lot of stuff. How did you get into cosmetology specifically? Like, how long have you been doing that?
Last year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, recently. I've been doing YouTube for longer. So right now, it sounds funny, but my side hustle is actually doing hair.
Yeah.
But YouTube is my main job.
Okay.
Thanks to YouTube, I was able to do this career that I wanted to do. That's my
Yeah,
passion.
you kind of just had the leeway to take more time. That's what's up, that like the YouTube and the social media kind of helped pay for it, I'm assuming, a little bit
Yes,
too.
it really did,
Because I know
yeah.
that I've got a few friends, obviously, in Wichita. We have estheticians are crazy. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? My homegirls are a lot of, anyway.
Even like our former guest, Cece, she does
Yeah,
something
yeah.
on the side that became her main source of income to do all the skin stuff. So she helped her.
We're obviously dumb guys.
Yeah,
so
we're
like,
idiots. We're
I know,
idiots.
I'm like, nice hair. Your makeup looks good. I didn't know what a makeup artist, MUA, that they shortened it, for a long time. Like, I was like, what's a MUA? Bro, I swear,
Like
I'm
email
so
address.
stupid. Yes.
How long have you been doing YouTube?
Over 10 years.
Oh,
now.
jeez.
And how did it start off?
I always liked watching YouTubers, and I feel like a lot of people did. But I actually just decided to go ahead and do it, and yeah, I don't know how people started getting entertained. Over time, I realized what people liked, which is vlogs. So I'm like, okay, I'll just record my daily
Right.
life. And then I tried doing makeup and outfit videos like all the
Yeah.
other girls, but no, the vlogs are what was getting the views. So I was like, okay,
Did
guys wanna see what I eat?
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Did you start with vlogging, or what was your intro when you initially started YouTube? What was
What
your
was the
content?
first video?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
pull it up. Don't
Pull
even
it
worry
up.
about it. We're looking at it.
No, they're all private. My first video was I think a closet tour or a hair tutorial. And then I feel like people really like to know who you are if they're going to be watching you consistently. So I just kind of just showed them more my personality and my gym workout routines. And yeah, that's how I grew my community basically.
That's awesome. I always say that too. I'm a very big supporter of get people to know you. The easiest way for them to get to follow you is to get to really know who you are and to relate to you. So
I agree. I think that's why we've got a little bit of a following, which is we let them know, hey, we're just two dudes.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We're not faking the funk. We're not trying to be this or that.
Yeah, we lay it out on the table.
We are who
Pause.
we are. And I think when I watch somebody, when I watch YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, I want to feel like I know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know like Brendan Schaub, we went to see him in Oklahoma City. I've seen him a few times. He's a comedian, former MMA fighter. Does 17 podcasts, but you get to know him. And so when I've met him a couple of times, he even like recognizes me and he's like, "Oh man, nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, I feel like you're my friend."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they feel.
Yeah,
for
humble,
sure.
connect to the people. You know what I mean? That's the best way to go about it. So I was under the impression that because of how successful all of your pages are, that the hairstyling had been going on for a little bit longer. In that, do you lease out of a shop or how does that work?
Well, I just moved to Wichita like
Oh, shit.
3 months ago. So I moved from Dodge City, Kansas, which
Okay.
is Southwest. And yeah, I'm trying to build my clientele here. And I'm at Dose Beauty, so shout out to the girls at Dose.
Shout out to the ladies at those.
And I've been starting to take clients now there. So yeah, when you reached out, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to be more known in Wichita. I do have followers and stuff, but not a lot of them from Wichita. There's a few, but I want to, I don't know, build more of an audience around here.
So speaking on that, where's your main audience from? Since you said there's not really a lot in Wichita.
50% is, well, it depends on what platform. But like, for example, on YouTube, like 50% is Mexico. So then
That's
the
motion.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tight.
yeah, and it is kind of Spanglish, but I try to limit that because that's how I talk in my daily life. But people that don't know English, they'll be like, "What are you saying? Like, don't throw in so many English words." So I try not to on my videos. But
Well, why'd you decide on Wichita?
to move here, because again, because of YouTube, it helped me invest in real estate kind of, and I had a house that I had invested in here, and I wanted to relocate, build my clientele in a bigger city, and I was like, well, I already have a place to go, so that's why I chose Wichita. So
Yeah, I think it's a good place. Welcome to
think it's a great
Wichita,
place.
by the way. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the success that you know in your brand and in your work in the cosmetology aspect of it too. And I'm sure with as much traction as you have and as much of a following as you have, it'll be super easy for people to find you and to start following you on that. Because I thought that you had been here for a little bit longer and that you had been at hair for longer. So like just your follower count makes you look like, oh shit, this lady's a real deal. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping.
No, I'm sure that you'll
And
be
I'm
great.
like trying to follow more people. That's why I followed you, because I'm like, people in Wichita, like, I want to know who you are,
Yeah.
like who everybody is. It's a big city compared to where I moved from.
That's funny you said that you moved from Dodge City. When I first came from Mexico, I moved to Dodge, and then I went and then I moved to Grape Bend, and then from Grape Bend I moved here.
Maybe you guys were one time in the same grocery store
Probably,
together.
yeah, the same
There
elementary
can't be
school.
that many. I'm not hating. I just don't. I don't imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I never really look around. I just focus on what I'm
Right.
doing, and I'm like,
feel you.
I gotta get out of here.
Before, like, you were really going on in social media, how difficult, I guess, what was like the first like set of challenges to really get the ball rolling with your social media?
I think because I started on YouTube, I don't know what I was thinking. That was like the hardest. It's
that's
really hard to grow.
hard.
Yeah, that's a bitch. Oh my god.
It really is. I hate it.
Back then, there was no TikTok, and Instagram was barely like posting random organic content. So what I decided to do was basically what I'm doing now, is just following people that are following pages that are similar content to me. So if they were following other girls that did like lifestyle beauty videos, I went and followed a bunch of them. I would follow like hundreds a day on Instagram, and then I would post like, oh, I make YouTube videos, or like tell them or reach out. And that's how I got so many people to go follow me or
That's a
subscribe.
crazy. I've never heard of anybody doing that.
Yeah, that's really resourceful, and that's a hustle to it. Because that's what I was like. For you to when we read the bio, and I knew that you had been in this for 10 years, I was like, damn, social media now. I mean, if you started in the last 5 years, then I can see like numbers move fast with TikTok especially. But having been in it 10 years, like I know back then it was YouTube. You know, it was way harder.
Yeah.
So that's fucking dope.
Yeah, now it's easier. You can use your other platforms to promote
Right.
each other,
Right.
basically. So, and then TikTok, honestly, out of all of them, has been the easiest one to grow. But
Maybe for some of us.
because what's his name, Gary?
Gary V.
Yes, he was the one that said, "Get on it, like you will grow." And this was before everybody ran to TikTok to
Right.
post content. So I was like, okay, 3 times a day, posting, like random stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got to like, I don't even know where I'm at now, like 48 K on there. And I don't know, I kind of like sometimes like lose motivation, and I'm like, no, like maybe I shouldn't do this. But I feel like if you're dedicated to it, you can grow on TikTok easier than
Yeah.
all the other ones, for
Yeah.
sure.
So you just have like a little voice in your head, Gary V.
Yeah.
Just telling you like, you really need to keep going.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out, I think that's our first Gary V shout out
I think
on
it
here.
is, yeah.
That's awesome for real.
I like watching them.
Yeah.
You have like a devil Gary V and an angel Gary V. One's like, go to garage sales, post on TikTok.
Go to garage sales. So how do you manage to split the time up between everything that you do, between going to the gym and recording that content and scheduling appointments with hair and I mean just running social media accounts, because we have a few in between us now that we take on, and I know that I have to like set a certain block of time in my morning or something. So how do you manage to keep up with everything?
I think it takes so much discipline, especially if like this is your main job, social media and all that. It's just, you're your own boss basically, unless you have a manager or whatever, but I don't. And basically just be disciplined. And I like to organize my week, like at the beginning of the week. There is times, like I said, that I'm not motivated enough to do it, and I can see it. Like, I'm like, oh, my content's not doing that good, or I could be doing better. But yeah, basically, you can hold yourself back if you don't do that. So I just like prioritize what is important, and I do not like hang out a lot with friends and stuff like I do just in my hustle, basically, like in what a focus right now. I know that there will be time where I can do all that, but for now I'm focusing, especially now in a new city. I'm like, there's so many opportunities, so much to do, but I'm like, I need tunnel vision, because when I first moved here, there was like, let's go here. My cousin was like, let's go here, let's go here. I'm like,
Quick.
I was
let's hit
everywhere.
the
I was
club.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh.
It is. It's easy to get wrapped up
Yeah.
in it fast.
But
I wasn't
know,
posting for a while, and I was like, okay, I need to stop. I need to calm down.
I know when I first moved here, I started comedy. Like I moved on a Monday, started comedy on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything was going great. And then I started making friends with a lot of these comics, and they're like,
And we drink.
yeah, and they're like,
we
yo,
can
fuck
drink.
this open mic. Let's go downtown. I'm like, I
There
need,
you go.
Especially
I
since,
need friends, and you guys are inviting me. I
especially
might as
since
well.
our comedy clubs were all downtown, and they still pretty much are. We do a couple of things on other, east west side, but the majority of the stuff is downtown, and there's so much business downtown, especially like hair studios are popping up, lots of small boutiques are popping up downtown. I'm sure it's easy to just be like, I know the bar's around the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So right when you get off work, it's like, well, I did have a work day. I should go.
I did have a bad. I did
Yeah.
stub my toe. Let me just.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me take a couple Rumpelman shots.
So discipline,
Right.
discipline is what you're saying, and I mean, definitely standing on it for sure. I can just in hearing you say all this stuff, like, damn, you are about the hustle right now.
I'm trying, yeah, for sure.
Which is
Like,
crazy. I mean, you also mentioned that you are a mother.
Yes,
How?
I
I
have
mean,
a
just
son.
balancing all of that just seems insane. Because I know I have a daughter, and just balancing like trying to schedule shows on not my weekends, but also being like, I got to film this pod, and then we got to like figure out clips, and then my regular job, and then it's just.
Right.
I feel you.
It feels insane sometimes.
It,
to-
it does. You feel like you're insane. That's where the gym comes in.
No, truly.
I'm like,
yeah.
my meditation.
No, I agree.
yeah.
When did you? Have you always been heavy on the gym, or was that like a?
I started about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I got a trainer, so then that's whenever I really saw results or whatever, and other people too. So then I was like, oh, I'm not even doing this for appearance anymore. I'm like, it keeps me sane. It adds balance, and I'm a Libra, so I love balance.
There you
and,
go.
I like having fun, but I also like, maintaining my goals and knowing exactly what my goals are. So that helps.
When did you start doing the gym content?
that I was already filming myself when I started on YouTube, like back then. But I was just recording myself in my little workouts. I don't even do that now. I'm so intimidated here at the gyms. They're so big.
That's
Well, the one I go to is huge, and I'm like, I don't want to walk in with my camera. But
Are you a Y gal? Are you a Genesis gal? Tell us the
Genesis.
truth. Yeah.
Genesis,
Okay. I was
yeah.
gonna say because there's certain gyms in here that like are just way more serious. Genesis, I always felt like that was the one where people were going in.
I got scared.
Yeah,
Oh, I was intimidated
Yeah.
when I walked in. I was like, oh
Should I
my
still
god.
have?
Yeah.
Everybody looks so good.
I go to the Y and I'm like, I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I go to Planet Fitness. I'm like, these are my people.
I need to switch gyms.
Yeah.
We're
seriously.
here. Free pizza Fridays. I'm with you guys.
What?
Oh yeah, Planet Fitness, the place to go. Seriously.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
not. Please.
Or do please. Actually,
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll take a free membership.
Or pizza. Whichever.
Yeah.
Free pizza Fridays.
Free pizza Fridays. I don't know. You gotta remember a gift or a guest pass I could come in
Yeah,
on.
just on
Call
that
me
day.
on Friday. I'll
Just
take the
that
day off.
specifically. That's funny you said Genesis. I used to have a membership there, and I went with a friend, and we're hitting bench. And I mean, this dude was. I mean, John Cena looked like me compared to this dude. This guy was ginormous, and he was like, "Are you guys done with that, or about done?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you can just
Yeah, you can have it. I'm
you can have
actually
that.
leaving.
Take it.
I'm gonna go to the kiddie pool."
Yeah. Damn, what was I about to say? Something about the gym. Do you feel like that's a good part of your content? I know you said that like the lifestyle of vlogging is what does best for you, but what have you noticed that like just runs the best? Like when people like sometimes
What's the best content? Like,
Yeah,
what is-
let's go.
Yeah, what's the best content?
That for me, honestly, it's just day-to-day common things that everybody else does. So going to the grocery store, or what I do at home, what I made for breakfast. A lot of my viewers are like stay-at-home moms, or just like other moms that can relate to me. So I feel like that's why they like watching me, because it motivates them to go to the gym. They've told me it motivates them to get ready, because every day I like to get ready. I like to look good. I like to do my workout. So I like pushing them. And then I documented my whole journey through cosmetology, and they loved it because they saw that I went back to do something I really wanted to do. Also, I started a few businesses because of YouTube, and invested a little bit in real estate. But I had a lot of people helping me along the way. I'm the type of person that says like, you need a community, you need people to support you. Like, I'm not the type of person that will be like, I got here by myself. I did this by myself. Like, I had no help. No, like, I appreciate everybody, family, friends that were with me throughout the whole.
That's been a lot of the talk lately with a lot of our guests. It's always a team. It's always a community. It takes a village to really raise somebody, to really start something.
Yeah, you gotta have a team. You gotta have people, because when feeling motivated, when you do start to feel like I've been at this for so long, is it still worth it? I find that in myself, like sometimes, like, damn, we're not at this level yet. Like, should we keep pushing or what? And then we'll go and do a show or something, and I'll just crush. And then people come up and be like, man, I haven't seen you do a show in a while. I'm so glad that I made it out here tonight. You're one of my faves or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. So people are there and do care.
It's when you're, I don't know how to say the word. I know I'm not going to say it right.
Stagnant, yes.
Yeah, like that really makes you like question, like, am I on the right path, you know? So
That's perfect. You said that. We've had this conversation where I've told him, I was like, the comedy scene wasn't a huge fan of me as of late, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to be done, but I might just take a break for a while, take comedian off my Instagram bio. And then we did this contest last night, and I had a couple of friends show out, and I placed second, and it was like, oh, I have support. I'm good at this. And that's when the scene was like, oh, dude, I forgot how good you were.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's literally all it took for me to almost quit, to be like, oh, no, I'm back. I'm all the way back.
We're so back. We are so back.
you ain't going nowhere.
You said that you started a couple of businesses. Will you chime in on that? Like, what, if you can, if you're a silent investor or something and you can't, spill the beans, I get it.
She was in Bitcoin before Bitcoin was cool.
No, let's not talk about
Well, you
that.
just seem to
That
be
was
ahead
some
of-
of my investments, and it was horrible. Stay away
I
from
lost
crypto.
millions in crypto.
Stay away from crypto.
But no, yeah. What all ventures do you have?
Well, right now, none since I moved. but I did do like a beauty box type of business,
Okay.
and it went really good. I did it with somebody else, but we decided to just end it because we were both so busy, and like I said, there was already so much that I had to do,
Right.
and that was just like on top of it. So sometimes you just gotta prioritize or realize like get out fast before it's like, no, this is controlling my life or whatever. But it was great, but I learned a lot.
Oh yeah. So did you guys? You said you ended it. Did you sell the company or did you just kind of wrap it up?
I feel like we could have sold it for a lot, but we just wrapped it up basically.
Okay. Yeah, because I
We
didn't.
didn't want to, honestly. It was a very good investment that we were doing, but we just had too much going on. So it got overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine between managing everything else that you have going on and then maybe being a mom at that time. I don't know if you were or
Yeah.
weren't at that time, but it does seem like doing everything and fulfilling orders and responding to emails and being like the whole, show is, I mean, props to you for for managing it at all.
No, I look back and I had a full-time job. I did YouTube full-time, and then I had the business, and then mom, family life. It was like, I'm like, how did I do it? But,
Yeah, crushing.
yeah.
Do you so you said like half of your fan base, half of your followers and listeners are out of Mexico. Do you ever go down there and film content or like
No, I want to. I haven't traveled. I've only traveled like by airplane to one city, and that was Chicago. That's
shout out
sad.
Chicago? We love Chicago.
I'm
I'm a
wearing hat
huge
right
fan,
now, yeah.
but
Yeah, but I hope to travel a little more. That's like my goal in the next few years.
okay. I just didn't know because I was like, that might be a good way to capitalize. And you seem like you've known how to capitalize on a bunch of things. I mean, shouting out Gary Vee, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, yeah, she knows.
Oh
She
yeah,
knows.
she knows.
She
She's
knows.
smarter than me, for sure.
I think I have early on. We kind of talked about it a little bit. What was one of the biggest challenges going through, besides obviously like being busy and that case? What was one of the hardest
Like
just
starting
problems?
out.
Yeah.
I would say I'm glad I kind of grew a little bit at a time because hate does come, and when you're not used to it, and it does get to you. But I'm glad like I've grown slowly because if like I see TikTokers now, like they get famous like this, and I'm like, I don't know how they would handle it. Like one day you're a regular person, the next you're getting all this feedback, all this backlash, or all these comments. So yeah, I think the hate can get to you when you're starting out, especially if you're like second guessing yourself. So you just have to not let it phase you. Basically, you grow thicker skin as time goes by. So.
Right.
And you even learn to not take anything personal, not the good, not the bad, because you don't want to
Yeah.
like, oh, my ego's so high, like I.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm the
So-
worst.
His head is. Oof.
Yeah, I'm surprised it fits in this hat.
God forbid we have one good comment and we're cooked.
Yeah, but I mean, good comments are always welcome, but don't let that, like to anybody that wants to be a content creator, like don't let that stop you. You'll learn to ignore it. So that is hard at the beginning.
I know when we first started getting a couple of like comments, not negative comments, I sent it to him. I'm like, oh, should I be upset? This guy just called me an idiot. But we're comedians, so we knew we've
Part of it.
performed in front of empty rooms to no audiences so we knew how to be like, all right, well, this is part
And
of
I've
the game.
definitely had hecklers for sure. I mean, live, not in the comment section, like a person, I'm on stage and they're saying something stupid back to me and I got to think of something quick on the fly to just talk shit back with them. And you can either like dig into them or just kind of take it in stride, you know what I mean? Like you can let it ruin you or you can like fucking just turn it on them.
That's a
and
whole
that's
nother
that's
level.
my shit. I like to just spin it, you know what I'm saying? Pause. What do you see going like forward? Do you ever think that you might like manage another company or because you have a pretty good platform and you seem to know like investing in real estate and starting a business and knowing when to get out of that business. What do you think, in the next few years is on your plate?
Starting more businesses.
Oh yeah.
No, I really do want to start like a social media marketing business.
Okay.
But more to help small businesses, especially like Latino businesses. I feel like they don't really know how much opportunities there are by being on social media. And I see all these little restaurants or all these little stores, and I'm like, I didn't even know you existed.
Right.
So I wish I could help them with their presence online, because it's not like back then it used to be newspaper or radio.
Right.
Right.
But now it's like you have to be on social media.
You have to have clips. You have
Yeah,
to have
it's
pictures.
so important
So
too.
important, yeah.
Have you ever collaborated with anybody or done collaborations?
I mean, like with brands,
Okay.
Yeah.
but like with other people, no.
How does the brand deal work? Do you, I mean, because there's been like, we have a hat sponsorship, so they'll send us hats and stuff like that. Is it based on that? How many, like, how many people do you work with on that?
Basically, like I said, if you had a manager, it would be different. Like the manager would help you with all that. But for me, it's like, oh, they email me. I decide, like, yeah, I want to collab with you, work with you. A lot of the times, like when you're starting out, like if they gift you something, you'll take it. You're
Right,
like, yeah. But as you grow, like you have to know your worth and start charging them, because if you are putting your face basically for their product, like you deserve compensation. And also it takes time, like content takes time. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think YouTube isn't a real job. A lot of people think it's easy. Oh, you're just at home recording what you do, but like it takes hours to edit, and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's been
Hours.
that is. Shout out Jacob, our producer, for doing so much for us, and shout out to AI because I couldn't do it. I mean, I could, but it would take so much time to learn and stuff, and so yeah, I'm sure that it has been a long journey with that. Who was the first brand to reach out to you, and how crazy did that feel?
I think I've worked with Shein for a long time.
Okay.
And, I was like I've been a fashion girl. I love clothes, so yeah, I was so happy. And then with Fashion Nova, I did do one. I'm trying to think. Probably like Telemundo. They sent me a little package. Amazon. So yeah, I pretty well known brands.
Yeah. I mean, Shein,
That's
that's
dope. Yeah, Shein,
huge.
yeah,
But I know.
Shout out Shein.
Shout out those kids in China right now.
Where's my package?
Yeah, where the fuck are my pants at? Nah, that's dope. And you said you have some real estate investment here. When did you start doing that? Who kind of got you into the real estate? Because you really multifaceted. Real estate was something that I wasn't anticipating.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah. So how did you get into real estate?
I don't know. I did it in Dodge with somebody else. So I went half and half on a property that was foreclosed on a house. And I loved it because you're working, and then at the same time you're getting this income from a property every month. It's just there, And I loved it. So I was like, okay, I would want to do it again. Once the person I invested with wanted to sell the property, I was like, well, I want to invest again. But by then, 2020 had happened. So I was like, I need to invest in something else. So in Wichita, the homes weren't that expensive. So I was like, okay, Wichita it is. But then stuff started going wrong in the house. And I'm like, who's going to fix it?
Yeah. Who do I know in this area that can fix that?
And then I was calling people around when I didn't even know anybody that
And
did stuff like that here.
You were managing properties in Wichita while you were still living in Dodge?
Basically.
Okay.
But I rented the house out to somebody I knew. So that kind of helped because
trustworthy.
I'm like, yeah. So, but my dad and I bought the property here. So
That's
it was
awesome.
both of us. Yeah.
You talked about COVID for a second. Did it, I mean, obviously it affected everybody.
Yeah.
How bad did that affect did it affect your content in any way?
Shit.
If anything, people were all at home
Yeah.
watching videos, but I was working at the time at a bank, so it was pretty crazy. People had nothing to do, so they went to the bank.
Yeah. just for entertainment, just sat at a bank.
I need an account, actually. I'm like,
I'm just at Fidelity hanging out in the lobby. What's up, guys? This is my Tuesday, you know what I mean?
Every Tuesday morning we go to Fidelity Bank.
Best coffee.
Free coffee and a lollipop.
yeah, that's how it was.
Do you think now that you're here, you're going to kind of pick up some more real estate, or would you rather focus on social media management? Or both?
Well, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I want to do everything. And I feel like the most successful people I've met are all over the place.
Absolutely.
and a little delulu, a little delusional.
Gotta be.
You
Gotta
have
be.
to be.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most successful people I know are like, I'm like, are you okay then? You have to be delusional.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right, it's you got to believe in it before anybody else does. You know
Who
what I
else
mean?
is gonna do it?
Yep, 100%.
I mean, that's kind of the reason we got our brand tatted on our neck.
Yeah.
It was because if we're not living the brand, if we're not for the brand,
Yeah.
why should just some random person on
Yeah,
YouTube?
this is how far we're willing to take it and how far we want to stand on what we're creating here. So I absolutely understand that, because for sure, like, it's a crazy look to be starting your own anything. And I can't imagine 10 years ago starting to be a YouTuber, because we didn't even have TikTok. There wasn't even like influencers. That wasn't even like a term.
wasn't even a term,
Yeah,
yeah.
that wasn't a term that was thrown around back then. So I'm sure a lot of your people looked at you crazy. Did you have backlash from your family when you started, or like were they at your back? Did you get a lot of support from them?
No, actually, like somebody else in my family was doing it, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it too. So that motivated me. Like, it wasn't just me out here.
You kind of had somebody to
But
look at.
yeah, it does. It does mess with you whenever. Okay, the whole reason I started my YouTube channel in Spanish was because I didn't want people from school to watch my videos. So I was like, I'll do it in Spanish.
Yeah.
My Spanish was horrible back then, and yeah, I got corrected real quick on how to
funny.
speak it right.
My Spanish is still terrible, so don't worry. We're working on it. Eric's trying to catch me up a little
by
bit.
little,
Brick by
little by
brick,
little.
we're gonna get back to it. I'm gonna start, because I thought about that, about how much, like, how beneficial it would be for us to do, like, if Spanglish interviews with somebody that, I mean, if you're the perfect person, or Emerson, or somebody that we have on that's Mexican, Guatemalan, any kind of Hispanic, and be like, hey, we can start doing a little bit of content in Spanish, because you're gonna have followers that aren't English speaking, like only English speaking. So, yeah, I never thought that you would have not known Spanish, to be honest. 'Cause, yeah, well, I went through some of your page and I seen stuff in Spanish, and I was like, fuck, her and Eric are gonna start chatting. I'm just
Start chatting
gonna
up.
be like, let's take it out.
That's
Yeah,
You guys want
no
water or
sabo.
anything? Yeah.
That's hilarious you said that, because that happened to me exactly. Because I moved from Mexico when I was 4. And so I knew nothing of English, nothing. Like, my teachers thought I was like mute because I didn't speak to any kids, and I look white. So they had a parent-teacher conference with my mom, and they're like, what is fucking wrong with your kid? And she's like, what do you mean? And he goes, he doesn't talk, he doesn't listen, he doesn't do anything. And she's like, well, he doesn't know English. And they're like, oh, we thought he was white.
Like, this whole time.
Yeah, because I had blonde hair. It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
because of that, my mom was like, we got to hammer in English, to where I lost every ounce of Spanish. I had to relearn it completely, and then now it's, it's good enough.
Yeah, it's better than mine. That was, I kind of spoke it a little bit as a kid, and then when I moved up here to Wichita, I moved with my dad, and he is the Mexican one. I'm half Mexican, half white. I moved in with the Mexican parent and spoke no Spanish. Living with my white mom, she was fluent. I mean, she was a translator at the hospital she worked at. So we were like in it completely, and it's kind of the same where, like, I just moved. When I moved up here, I went to a predominantly white school, and so there was no need to speak it at all. I didn't have any really, Mexican friends running around, or any kind of Hispanic friends that were speaking Spanish. So I just never had to use it. And now I'm like, fuck, man, I got kids. I need to try to get that back so they can have it too. You know what I mean? It's tough.
It is tough.
But back to that,
Yes.
of people like knowing me and stuff. I didn't really get that much like backlash or whatever. But when I was in cosmetology with all these young girls,
Yeah.
I was at lunch, and when we came back, they were playing one of my YouTube videos.
Oh, shit.
In front of the whole class, and they thought I was gonna be embarrassed, but no. I mean, I wasn't. I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, I was
Right.
flattered,
Yeah.
but I knew what the intention was.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like, now you bitches know what's up. You know what
Exactly.
I
I don't
mean?
need to be here.
Yeah, I don't even need to be here. You see the numbers. That's pretty dope.
You said it.
That's no shit.
There's a comma in those views.
Yeah,
For a reason.
motherfucker. Y'all thought I was just some motherfucker from nowhere. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that ego is. I'm getting an ego boost now.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah.
I think everybody should
Great
have
numbers.
some sort of an ego. You gotta, maybe not have, be self-centered in any way, but to be humble, but also be confident in yourself. I think
Yeah.
is the
That's true.
best thing you can be.
Absolutely.
Because we have friends who are nobodies and have the biggest ego, or maybe not friends, but we know of guys in comedy, especially, who aren't very good, but their egos are ginormous.
Yeah.
And then we also know of guys who are the funniest people we've ever met, but they're entirely too humble.
Yeah.
So it's finding that balance of know who you are, but maybe like crank it 2 notches over.
That's true.
I see that.
I feel like I need to crank it up a little bit.
You got it. I mean, as you spend more time here, again, I really feel like cosmetology, estheticians, fashion, like the whole lifestyle vlog is really starting to grow here in Wichita. I see more people, and just doing what we do, I feel like we're starting to be rubbing shoulders more with people that are throwing events or that are film workers, or so I feel like you'll probably carve out a name for yourself here pretty quickly.
I'm hoping.
Well, I'll tell you what, you hustle and network a lot harder than a lot of motherfuckers that I know.
Way harder.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a woman, I feel like have even more against you. So to see you doing more than a lot of the guys that I know, like, yeah, you're gonna have no fucking problem. I see that you brought a camera in here.
Yeah.
Do you do film work with that or with your phone more? Like, how deep are you into videography, photography? Because I have no knowledge. I maybe could find the power button on a camera, and that's about it.
Literally me, but I use it to record, to do my vlogs and stuff. I am very clumsy though, so I always end up recording with my phone because I break my cameras. But I try to use my camera because the quality, it matters. I know the audio matters too, but I'm getting there.
Hey, step by step. Again, if it wasn't for this studio existing and Jacob having the knowledge that he does with editing, like, our stuff wouldn't come out this crispy.
It'd come out like we were in a camcorder from 2001.
Yeah.
It would be awful.
It would look like I was recording it from a Playboy. Or what did I say? A Playboy? A Game Boy. Sorry. I'm a little.
Yeah.
Let's go back on that.
Yeah, all right.
No, I'm on an SD. Like, I have no knowledge of it. And so I seen that, and I was like, damn, I was going to ask, do you do it all from your phone? Because there's so much shit now you can just do from your phone. That's dope, though.
You can.
When did you start using cameras versus using your phone?
Almost since the beginning, I invested in a camera, and back then they were cheaper. I used the OG vlogging camera, the Canon G7X Mark II.
All right.
That's the one
Is that
everybody
a good
uses.
one, Jacob?
Hey, she just started out, bro. God bless.
Hey.
Yeah, I was using my iPad. Give me a break.
He's definitely better than the iPad.
Yeah, I was using a magazine. Apparently, goddamn. Oh, I'm not gonna have. That's gonna eat me later.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Fuck. What's been your biggest video? Like, got the most views? What's your fucking home run?
I think it was my labor video.
Okay, all right.
But like it wasn't too detailed like all these videos on YouTube. It was just like a vlog of like how it happened. But but it's not up
The
anymore.
miracle of life.
Yeah, it's not up anymore.
You took it down?
Yeah, I have a lot of videos private now.
Why?
Just a new era in my life, basically.
Yeah, are you wanted by the FBI or who are you hiding from?
This is our third name change.
Yeah, that's crazy. She was like, "No, I'm Yasmin, I'm Yasmin. What's going on here?"
That's why I was confused. Three different names.
Yeah, no, I'm not hiding.
Okay, we were just curious, you know what I mean? Because we're on mic here, and we didn't want SWAT to come in,
And we're wanted, actually.
yeah, we actually can't be
no.
associating, putting ourselves at risk.
That's funny.
Who's been your besides Gary Vee, because you mentioned him earlier? Who's been your number one person you look up to, or influenced you in any way? Unless it is just Gary Vee.
Yeah, if it's just pure Gary Vee flowing through those veins.
He doesn't deserve that much props. I'm just kidding. No, just a lot of people. I like to read a lot, and I feel like that's motivated me. I don't know. I don't really focus on other people. I feel like if I was a little more competitive, I would be further along, or if I would compare myself a little more, I would be further along. But I just try to be better than myself, basically. Me versus me. It sounds so cliche, but
No,
I mean, it's true.
I'm just not competitive. I wish I was, but
it's a good way to be, though. You know what I mean? To kind of just be self-reliant and self-disciplined, because in my mind, being competitive is good for sure, but then you get caught up comparing yours, and I feel like it can also be really hurtful to yourself and your own ego, and like you put your self-worth down because you're like, I want to be better than this person, but it feels like I can't get ahead of them or something like that. So it is cool that you just look within yourself. You mentioned that you are an avid book reader. what's a couple of books that you would recommend to somebody, you know, that's trying to start a hustle or trying to start any kind of brand like you are?
I feel like the one that really got me into wanting to read more and more was the Poor Dad, Rich Dad.
Yep.
I feel like that's a really good one that if you're trying to get into like self-help books and stuff, that one like changes your mentality.
I get that recommended a few times. I hear that book just spoken in a lot of conversations about self-help books and books that help somebody get to that next level. Eric's gonna start reading. He's gonna learn how eventually.
I'm gonna learn how to read, and when I do, it's game over.
Yeah,
game over for
I'm just trying to get him like a couple starter books. So
Blue fish. What's that? The magic fish, the colored fish. What is it?
oh shit, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I
No,
can't think of it right now.
I listened to one book in January. Listen to it, the Matthew McConaughey book. Started this podcast right immediately after. I listened to it and I was like, you know what? I think I should start doing something with my life.
Yeah.
And started the
You're,
pod right
you're,
after.
You're an audiobook guy?
I am. I
Are
have
you,
to be.
Do you like audiobooks or are you more on the physical reading?
I like reading, but if I want to like read a book and I can't get my hands on it, I'll just listen to it wherever.
Yeah. I can't do audiobooks to save my fucking life. Like I have a hard time if because like I'll rewatch all of our podcasts. When we drop them, I watch them just to kind of like, you know, watching the tape. Watch yourself back. What did you mess up on? Am I doing this too much with my hands this time or whatever? But when we do, like, I can't listen to podcasts. I can't listen to audiobooks. I have to watch it. Or if I'm reading a book, I have to have a physical. I've got books on my phone that I would love to get to, but I mean, I just don't have the attention. So
I'm the complete opposite. I love podcasts. I listen to like 5 different podcasts. Books. I mean, books are hard if it's monotone people reading. That's the worst. But
I
if
can't
it's
imagine.
like Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah,
he reads,
how the
he reads his own book. So it's like, oh, this is perfect. He's talking freaky in my ear right now.
Yeah.
I listened to another book, and it's Joey Diaz, and he's one of the funniest comedians ever, and he's reading his book. It's even better.
Yeah.
But some of these audiobooks that is just like a AI reading, brutal.
Yeah.
It's so hard to listen
Gary
to.
V's book, the new one that just came out, I always hype it up. The Day Trading Attention. That book, amazing, and he reads it himself.
that's what's up.
And that one, I think all of y'all should read that.
What's-
And
what are you
it's
trying to
free
say?
on Spotify.
Spotify is low key the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still an Apple Music guy personally. Are you an Apple Music or are you a Spotify gal? What's up?
Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
You have to be.
Oh,
If you're on Apple
cool,
Music,
Jacob, thanks.
Yeah, no, for real.
I'll just get the fuck out of here.
Please.
No, my bad. I was just curious about, you know, a couple books because you had said that. So, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, any other books that you'd recommend?
There's this author, John Maxwell. I think that's his name. He has pretty
John
good books.
C. Maxwell.
John C. Maxwell,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like a nonfiction. I need to read more nonfiction. I just love a good story. I love a silly little story. You know what I mean?
He's on Hank the Cowdog.
Bro, tell me why. That's so crazy. I was just looking for a full Hank the Cowdog set.
You know him too well.
God, bro. Damn,
Oh
called
my
me.
God.
Fuck. That's crazy. Good call. Good pick. That was awesome.
Yeah, John C. Maxwell.
John C. Maxwell for sure.
Check it out. He has like leadership books. Really good.
Yeah, I think he might. I think I have a book by him, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of
Yep.
Leadership.
Yep.
And that was one that got recommended to me by a friend's uncle. We were in his house in like outside of Dallas, Texas. I went down there when I was like 18, 19, actively trying to pursue music really heavily. We were doing all right, but the dude, I can't remember his name now, my friend's uncle, he had a library in his office, and I saw there was like biographies on old presidents and just important people in history. And so I was like, yo, what's one book? Like, I'm trying to start something. And that was the first thing he said was John C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
I think I've read that one.
Yeah, I've read through about half of it because I got it on my phone and I can't fucking commit to to like reading the rest of it. But no, John C. Maxwell he does a lot of business shit.
And he has a podcast.
Oh, he has a podcast? All right, I'll have to check that
Yeah.
out. Drop the link on me later.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
I got the 48 Laws of Power one, and I'm like, I feel bad reading this.
Yeah, there was a point where I was locked up and someone handed me that, and I was like, this is not going to get you out of here. Yeah, like, you need an attorney. No, but I started to read it, and I was like, I do feel a little bit dirty. It just feels like it's how to take advantage of people, and I understand, like, in laws of power, like, I see it, but it's also like, it's a little bit shisty, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the the leadership book by
Yes.
John. I feel like it's the opposite. It
Yeah.
tells you how to do it in a nice way, like in a good way.
100%. Because that's literally how he suggested it to me. God, I wish I remembered his name. But dude had a fucking huge ass crib. So I was like, there's a movie theater upstairs.
Oh.
Upstairs was the movie theater. I was like, yeah, bro, you got it going on. Like, what do I? And because I was like, a friend of mine that was kind of mentoring me at the time recommended that I read the 48 Laws of Power. And I suggested that to him. And he was like, do not fucking read that book. You will be a piece of shit. He was like, he said exactly what you just said. On the flip side of that, the laws of leadership will make it, you're going to get to the same endpoint, but you're not going to be stepping on people and taking advantage of people and shit like that. So yeah, shout out John. You're a great guy. What advice would you try to give to either a content creator or somebody that's trying to get into cosmetology, or both of them? Because one definitely can feed the other. So what advice would you give to anybody?
Just try to let people know like the type of person you are. Be yourself. Don't be fake because people can see right through it. Just be yourself. I feel like if you're trying to help people, if you really are in any way, that it could be entertainment, it could be giving advice, but if you're trying to help somebody, it shows. And yeah. Also build your brand. So cosmetologist, hairstylist, esthetician, all of them, like we already know that you have to have like a presence online, and the more people know about you, the better, because they'll want to go to you. Like a lot of people know how to do hair, but like why? Or there's a lot of barbers, but why do you go to yours? Because something about them, you're cool with them, or you like them, or their vibe. Like it's not just everybody can do it. A lot of people can do it, but it's
But why
just,
choose that specific
why
person?
choose that person?
Yeah.
There's a lot of content creators, but like what makes you different? Like your personality, because there's not going to be another you.
Right.
So
That's hell of advice.
Yeah, that's great advice. And that's something that we were kind of touching on earlier, is like, we're pretty clear about, who we are. I mean, especially when it's just him and I on here. When we do interviews, we're kind of trying to get better at like being not so stupid, you know what I mean? And ask better questions and really get the chance to know somebody and let the people know somebody. But yeah, when it's just him and I, like, we're pretty clear cut. We're just goofballs.
We're just two dudes. We're just a couple of silly gooses just talking.
So, but that is great advice. I appreciate that.
I feel like I have you guys all in a serious mode. I want you guys to be funny.
No, it's all right. The Spotify
Don't start that.
the Spotify versus Apple thing, just let me know. I was gonna have fun with you, but once you said that you're not an Apple, I was like, all right, well, fuck. I'm pretty much done here.
Moving from Dodge City to
go
Wichita,
ahead.
besides the size, obviously the size of the towns, what's been like the biggest change of like, holy shit, I'm not at home right now?
The people.
Do you
How's
mean
that?
like
It's
how
so-
many or how nice?
Like
Or
over
how
there.
rude?
Yeah. How many crackheads? No,
Yeah.
I bet. Low
All
key.
the above. No, but I feel like here it's more like how do I say this? In Dodge, there's a lot of Hispanics,
Oh,
and
yeah.
here like it's so different because it's like
Way.
more a mixture.
A lot of Asians,
people.
right?
A lot of
Yeah.
Asians.
I just feel like it's like so many different like.
It's a melting pot, really.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
really
is,
is.
it is.
Like, and I'm like, oh,
And it
like,
just keeps
it's
growing.
cool, but like I'm not used to like being around different people. I don't know
Right.
how to explain it.
That's
No,
where-
that part of Kansas is hella Hispanic. I mean,
Yeah.
West of Great Bend is basically all
I was
Hispanic.
gonna say Great Bend, Dodge, Liberal, all that.
Garden.
The whole, Garden. Yeah, lots of Latinos out there. So that's it is kind of a change of pace to be out here.
Driving, getting anywhere, it's like, oh, I have to go out 20 minutes. Everything's like
Everything's 20 minutes.
Yeah, everything is 20 minutes away here.
Yeah.
Where's your salon located at that you're at?
It's on West Street.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dose,
on the
right?
west
That's what's
Dose
up.
Beauty.
I know that you had said it. I just didn't know. We didn't talk about it too much, so I wanted to give you a chance to shout them out and shout the spot out to, maybe drive a little bit more foot traffic through there or something like that.
Yeah. Dose Beauty on West Street.
Yeah.
And I am taking clients, and I do have like a separate Instagram account for like my hair page. So if anybody wants to see my work,
What is it?
it's yasminv.styles. I should have made it simpler, but Yasmin Varela.
Yeah. Just look her up. Just Google her.
Yeah.
She's definitely not wanted by anybody. So you're fine.
All over Google.
Well, you got anything else?
Nah, I think I'm Jacoby.
No.
I feel like this was our most formal,
It was. It
most
definitely
polite.
was. We were the
I'm
least.
sorry.
No. It's good. It's good because I feel like Well, one, like we've had people that we know, like our friends on here, so it's a little bit like I know I can say bullshit to you and not insult you. I didn't want to, like, Wade just didn't want to come off fucked up. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to come off as an idiot.
Yeah, I've been trying not to say fuck that much on here this episode, but I mean, every time I let it fly, I'm like,
We're at a record. We're at a record.
Yeah, no kidding. We didn't bring Drake up at all. Like,
Oh my
are
god.
you a Drake fan? Or you
Yeah,
Drake?
I like Drake.
Who'd you go, Kendrick or Drake?
Both. A little of both.
All right.
Wait, why? What?
No, we're just
No,
huge
we're-
Drake
Drake-
fans.
We're
Drake
giant.
fan?
Yeah, just
Giant Drake fans.
I mean, giant Drake.
Have you guys
fans.
been to one of his concerts?
Have not. Have
No.
you?
No.
Yeah, I haven't. I
Have you been to a
fucking
Kendrick
wish.
concert?
Okay, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Personally, I'm not at all. I saw Lil Wayne though. I need to see Drake in Future, and that's probably like wrapping up the big names for me.
I've only seen Mac Miller and Jack Harlow. A lot of whites now that I think about it.
Yeah, a lot of whites. Are you is there anything event wise coming up here that you're trying to be involved in or anything? Because you have, I mean, you got a massive following. Is getting into like, you said you invest. Is sponsoring events or anything like that kind of ever came across your plate?
No, that would be interesting. But right now I want to like network. So if there's any like events where that opportunity would be there, then I would.
Right,
do
like
that.
mixers and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
feel
Jacob,
that.
anything
That'd
coming
be
up?
End of this month, they have their open door happy hour here.
Yeah, that might be something good to get into because Commerce Connect or shout out
Commerce
Commerce
Connect.
Connect.
Yeah,
Shout out
Commerce
Shout out
Connect.
Commerce Connect. Han, what's up? I want to play Hannah in a one-on-one game. We'll start that.
Loser leaves the studio.
There we go. I like that. I like that.
Hell
Hannah,
no, I'm
But-
you
good.
can only hear me.
but-
You got this.
We can tag in and out.
Ooh.
That's-
Hey, I'll
that's-
tag in and
that's-
out. Come
Hey,
on.
tag in and out.
No, Hannah's a professional. Fuck you.
Yeah. She would smoke us both 2-on-1 full court easily.
Full court?
Yeah.
We couldn't run back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put us full
She got
court.
you 2-on-1 half court too.
Yeah, probably. I would not doubt it.
I'll hit her. I'll foul.
Nah, but
I
yeah.
foul.
She plays flag football now.
I'm the goon, bro. I will fight somebody.
They have that. That's dope. You should start playing flag football. That'll get you out there. You know what I'm saying? Punch
They have-
a couple.
They have a females rugby league.
Here in
Wichita.
town?
Yeah.
It's kind of getting, there's a lot of stuff. And that's why I was curious because I feel like
There's stuff all
I've
the
been
time.
doing shit here for like 10 years. And there's so much more unity now. And there's so much more of like, let me help you, you help me. What can we do for each other?
Let's collab on this.
Let's collab on shit. And this place, Commerce, the club upstairs where you walk in at, they have stuff there all the time. That would be a good place
That's
to get
good
in
to
at
know,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for. Jacob, where the hell do they find you online?
At jclark.jpg.
If you're looking for me, I'm just at Frankie Miracle or Frankie the Miracle. Just look up Frankie Miracle. There's only one.
Yeah.
The one.
Make sure you
Yeah.
guys follow me at Eric Zayas1, ERICKZOYAS1. But make sure you guys follow the podcast, most importantly, at Running the Light Pod on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I think, is that it? That's basically
I think
it,
that's all
right?
we have.
Yeah, we got a couple of shows coming up. We have one at the Shadows here Friday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, so
it's
2
a
days-
birthday celebration for our own, Frank.
Oh yeah, my birthday's on Thursday. So if you don't come out on Friday, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, I'm playing. We have that, and we are about to drop the flyer tonight. So by the time this comes out, we'll have it September 13th, Friday the 13th. Eric and I are teaming up with Industry to do their first rooftop comedy show. Tickets are going to be $15. We're going to have a couple food trucks pull up. As that gets closer, we'll have more details. But we will drop the flyer tonight. I think
We got
that's
something
it.
cooking October, something nice, another
Yeah.
outside venue for October. That will be something to look out for. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, as the fall goes on, we're trying to do more outside stuff. So if you guys have any ideas, bookings, our emails are open. You know what I mean? But we will drop the flyers for everything and keep you guys posted. We appreciate you listening. Yas, we appreciate you joining in on us today.
Thank you.
It's great to meet you. Great to sit down and get to talk to you a little bit. You're probably this is the most professional
It was,
business
definitely
series.
was. It
I mean,
definitely
Gary V got dropped. This was
business.
Yeah, this was a
Business-oriented.
business motherfucking interview. So we just appreciate you a lot coming down here. You know, very new to the city, so we're glad that we got you in here, and hopefully this kind of helps boost you a little bit.
Yes, thank you so much for having
Absolutely.
me.
Where can the
Thank you.
people find you? One more time.
Online, what's your socials?
Yasmin Varela on across all of them.
Say that one more time and then smile at the camera. We need a thumbnail.
Yasmin Varela across all platforms.
There you go.
Perfect. I mean, that's basically it.
Yep.
I took second in a comedy contest, so
Yeah,
fuck
we're
you.
back, baby.
Yeah, we're all the way back.
Nah. Appreciate everybody that chimes in, and we'll see you next week.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Thank
listening.
you.